Good evening all, welcome to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sushila Chaudhary and today we'll be talking about One Nation, One Election. So the government has, on September 1st, 2023, the central government set up a panel headed by former President Ramnath Kovind to explore the feasibility of One Nation, One Election plan. The government has initiated steps towards achieving these simultaneous Lok Sabha and Assembly elections in India, and the former President Ramnath Kovind will lead the committee responsible for this matter, for this effort. A special parliamentary session has been called from September 18 to September 22 to discuss this matter. Implementing One Nation, One Election possesses significant legal challenges, including changes to the constitution, new legislation, consensus among states, and addressing post-poll complications related to the first 5-year terms of the legislative body. Now, One Nation, One Election refers to the concept of holding simultaneous elections for the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies instead of a separate or continuous elections. This would mean that the voters would only have to cast their votes once in a period of 5 years instead of having to vote multiple times and for different elections. There are a number of potential benefits of One Nation, One Election. First, it could save the government a significant amount of money just because they won't have to conduct elections again and again. Second, it could reduce voter fatigue and increase in the voter turnout. Thirdly, it could make it easier for the government to plan and implement policies. And fourth, it could reduce the amount of political instability in the country. However, additional to these pros or the potential benefits, there are a number of potential challenges also to One Nation, One Election. The first one could be it would require a significant amendment in our laws, in the Constitution of India. Second, it could make it more difficult for the regional or the smaller parties to gain representation. Third, it could lead to an increase in the power of the central government. And fourth, it could make it more difficult for the government to respond to regional and local issues. If we talk about what's happening right now, so contemporarily only 3 countries, Sweden, South Africa and Belgium, practice this procedure of One Nation, One Election. In the context of India, this is not a maiden concept either. Simultaneous elections were held between 1952 and 1967, beyond which, due to prior dissolution of few state assemblies in 1967 and 68, the synchronization was tattered. So the One Nation, One Election proposal that we have, it has been debated for many years. There is no consensus of whether this is a good idea or not. So if we see, after the constitution was imposed on January 26, 1950, the first ever general elections to Lok Sabha and state assemblies were conducted simultaneously in 1951-52. and which were continued until 1967. But the cycle was broken in 1959 for the first time after the centre invoked Article 356 of the Constitution, which is the President's rule during the failure of constitutional machinery to and this article was invoked to dismiss the then Kerala government. Now, several legislative assemblies dissolved post 1960 due to deflections, counter deflections between parties, which eventually led to separate polls of Lok Sabha and state assemblies. Currently, the assembly polls of the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Andhra Pradesh and Orissa are held together with the Lok Sabha elections. Now, there have been various efforts by the Law Commission and by the current government, since they have come in the past for the first time. There have been constant efforts to revert back to One Nation, One Election policy, but the time will decide, because at the same time, the regional parties, which are smaller and which are not representative over the country, their concerns need to be addressed, and the concerns that the central government might become all powerful, and the violation of Article 1, which says that India is the union of state, is quite possible in this situation. So as of now, the special parliamentary session which is being conducted, so once there is more information about this, we'll come back to you and talk to you more about this. Other than that, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and share, and for more such content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.